Hi, my name is Dasha and this is my Talking to the Camera challenge, day 4. I'm filming at a slightly different angle today. I'm usually sat a little bit over there, but I had to move my chair to be able to turn on my oven. The house share that I currently live in is actually really great in terms of location and the people that I share the house with, but it's really lacking on the side of maintenance. And one of the examples of that is that we regularly have either no hot water or no heating, or right now we have neither. And right now outside it is, let me tell you, 8 degrees, and I am really sensitive to cold temperatures. So in order to not freeze to death, I had to open my oven, set it to 180 degrees. I am toasting myself here, so we've moved a little bit to allow for the oven door to come open. We are gonna have to deal with this issue today. That's not gonna stop me from recording. I actually had a different topic prepared for today, but in the spirit of this particular situation, I thought, why don't I talk about the problems that we face during tenancies, the worst ones that I have come across, and just generally issues that can come up when renting a place. As I've mentioned, in this particular place we often have issues with heating and hot water, and I think the culmination of that was last year. I was supposed to go on a work trip to Birmingham, so that is an hour and a half on the train, so I have to wake up super early to go to the train station and take my train and be in the office in Birmingham by 9 a.m. So I wake up early on the morning and it's still dark outside, right? It's very early, I'm cold, and the first thing I do is go shower, and I discover that there is no hot water. To discover this on a 5 a.m, being, as I said, very sensitive to cold temperatures, I was terrified. I really needed that shower on a morning. I couldn't go into the office without having taken that shower. My first idea was pack everything I need to shower, and before I go to the train station, pop to a 24/7 gym and buy a day pass and shower there. And this seemed like a very good idea in theory. I was not a member of any gym at the time, so I had to just find the closest gym to my place. I went to that gym at 5:30. I was already there, and something was wrong because I couldn't buy a day pass online. Their website was down. So I'm still in need of the shower. I'm in front of a gym that's open, but I can't enter because I don't have a day pass. There is no one there to help me. And since I already had everything I needed for work in the office that day on me, I found that the only solution was to take an earlier train to Birmingham, find a gym there, buy a day pass to it, and take the shower before I go into the office in Birmingham. This complex scheme worked, but it wouldn't have been necessary if we had hot water in our place in the first place. And of course I understand that no one is 100% protected from situations like this, especially when you're a tenant, but at the same time it would be really nice to have more reliable heating and hot water at a renting property when you're paying money. And thus ends the tale of me going to another city to shower in hot water. Another problem that I feel is quite common in rental properties is a very small boiler. You know, one of those that's only enough for 2 very short consecutive showers in a row. And it's baffling to me when landlords believe it's a good combination to put a bathtub in a house with a very small boiler. One of the places that I have previously lived in had a bathtub, and I was really excited about this because it's been years since I lived in a place with a bathtub. So as soon as I moved in, I decided, oh, I'm gonna take a bath for the first time in X years. You can see where this is going, right? Everything was nice until it wasn't. It started off on hot water and then gradually became colder and colder. By the time the bathtub was full, I was freezing in it. I had to jump out of it 2 minutes later because it was impossible to stay in it. Landlords, I beg of you, if you have a bathtub in your rental property, please make sure the boiler is big enough to fill the bathtub. It's common sense. Another thing that quite frankly shocks me is the audacity of some landlords. So for example, when I was in 3rd year of university, I moved into a flat with a friend of mine. We viewed the flat 6 months in advance and it looked very nice, but because neither me nor my friend were working at the time, so we didn't have steady income, we were paying with the money that our parents have given us, that our families have given us. In situations like this, landlords ask for 12 months rent in advance just because they want to be sure that they will get their money. So we did pay our rent in advance, but by the time we moved in, the flat was really moldy. It looked like it had black mold in pretty much every corner that we looked at. We reached out to the landlord to let him know about this, and he did send somebody to fix it, but the fix was just painting over the mold. Now, where things really took a turn for the worse was at the end of the tenancy, when this landlord attempted to take half of our deposit as a cleaning fee for the mold that naturally reoccurred because he just painted over it. Luckily, me and my friend took all the pictures of the mold at the very beginning of the tenancy, and they had timestamps, so it was relatively easy to return this money via the deposit protection scheme and prove to them that he's not entitled to our deposit. But the fact that he had the audacity to demand this much money from us and that he was so adamant, I still remember the situation to this day. It was unpleasant to go through. So while I was reminiscing on the horrors of my past tenancies, somebody actually came to fix the boiler. They're working downstairs right now. So hopefully by the time I finish editing this, I will be able to turn the oven off because the heating will hopefully be back on. On this positive note, I think it's time to wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.